Hello, my ICTA students. This is the first aid at work your display review number 3. Now, I put the text in here so that you could see that, and I left in some pictures because I want to make sure I can get this finished in 15 minutes. So I left those there so that I can deal with them later. All right, so I've saved it. And you can do the same thing. There's your text. Key it in straight, and that's what you always do. Okay, so now that my text is keyed in, it told me to go to first aid, and it said to put a text effect on it. So again, you can choose whatever you want to choose. Is fine with me. And I'm going to size it up so that it's fairly large, and well, that's too large, and you can see it. Okay, and it said use a gradient fill, so we want to go to gradient, and let's go to more gradients, and gradient fill, and now you're going to pick your own colors. So let's get rid of one of those. Let's move them here, and I'm going to go with red because we've got red on that one picture. I'm going to put some blue. I'll leave that one at blue, and I think here I'll put on maybe gold. All right, and now you can see that I can play with my angle and make it look how I want. Okay, so that looks good, and that's all it said that we had to do. We could put another text effect. Remember, we could put on a shadow. Okay, I'll put a light shadow there, and I could put a reflection, a different one than we had the last time. And I don't think I'll put a glow. All right, so that's good there. And now we've got, I might say bring this down one just to leave you some space from the reflection. And we had this picture. Now you were to go onto the internet and get a picture and put a frame on it. So that's the frame that I chose. So you can do that. And now I saved this picture in your folder, and that's what I want you to do, is save your picture in the folder, in your folder, and you know how to do that. And we're going to use that picture as our bullet. So I'm going to select these. We're going to go to Home. You're going to go to your bullet, and you're going to go to Define New Bullet. And you're going to go to Picture, and you want to say From File. So go to your file and go get your picture, our first aid picture, and insert it. All right, there it is. And so there's my bullet. Now, this is going to be made larger, so we're going to go with 3 ticks. All right, so go with your 3 ticks so that you can see that when we size the text up in a minute or so. All right, the next piece then we were supposed to do, now I'm going to move your picture here, move it up. Now remember how we talked about, here's square. No, that's in front of text. Hold on here. This is square, okay? So that would push the text. Do you see that? I don't want to push the text, so I'm going to put it in front of text. So you can see I can move it where I want. All right, that's good there. And now your tabulation, okay? Now, we wanted 2 tabs. We're not sure where, but you're going to guess. So guess at about 1. And the second tab has to be right aligned. So change this to right. And if I came in an inch here, I have to come in an inch here. So 5.5. But I haven't got any leaders, right? So remember, we have to go to Paragraph. We have to go to Tabs and 5.5. And we want leader number 2, I believe. Yep, leader number 2. All right, so put on leader number 2, set it. Okay. All right, so there's your tabs. I'm going to move my picture up a little bit because it's interfering. Now, remember I've always taught you to put in your non-breaking space. So remember, Control-Shift, Spacebar. And in dates and time. So your non-breaking space, Control-Shift, Spacebar. And make sure you put in A period, M period for AM and P period, M period for PM. Now, conference room 20, I would tell you to put in your non-breaking space there. And did you notice here in my date, I put in my non-breaking space, and in my date, I put in the non-breaking space. So don't forget to do that. Okay, and now on here you were supposed to center these two lines, and we're going to size them up. And it said that the font that you used was Britannica Bold, I think. Yes, Britannic Bold. So here we're going to go to Font, and we're going to scroll down until you come to Britannic Bold. So do you see how it made it much thicker? All right, and I had already put the gradient on there. Again, I was worried about saving time, but you had done that. Remember, we went here, we went to gradient, and we went to more gradients, and then on gradient fill, and you can change your color. And remember, you can also play with, we'll put on linear, and you can play with the angle and place it how you want. All right, we also need borders and shading on here. So we've got the two lines selected. So go to your borders and shading, and I'm going to go and choose a thick line. I'm going to go and no, that's not the one I want. I want this line. Okay, and I'm going to make it purple. Or no, I should maybe make it blue. I'm going to make it blue. All right, and shading, I'll make it blue, so 15%, remember, and blue from here. Okay, stay out of the fill box. All right, say okay, and there's your borders and shading. Now, it looks like to me there's about a 1/2 inch indent. So, remember, point to the rectangle and come in a 1/2 inch. So if you're going to come in a 1/2 inch there, you need to come in a 1/2 inch on this side. Okay, that looks good. All right, and save your work. And now we need to put in another picture, and this time I'll do it with you just to make sure that you're okay with that. So here we're going to go to the internet. We are going to go to a new tab, and I want to put in Tweety Bird cartoon image. Okay, Tweety Bird cartoon image, and here's some more Tweety Birds. Now, I don't know which one you like. It doesn't matter to me, but pick one. Okay, I like this one. So I'm going to click once. Now, remember, we right-click, Save Image As. And where do you go? You go to your drive, ICT slot 4, and you go to your Pictures folder. Okay? And this is going to be my Tweety Bird. And I'm going to put in 2 because I've already got one in there. So, Tweety Bird 2. You'll just have Tweety Bird. All right? Save it. Okay, I'm going to close out of here. I don't need that. I'm going to close out of here. I don't need that. So now I'm back to Word. Oh, not that one. I'm back here. All right, so now we want to put my Tweety Bird image in. So we're going to go to Insert, Pictures, and it automatically comes up, but if it didn't, remember you go to your U drive, you go to ICT slot 4, and you go to Pictures. So there's our Tweety Bird that we chose this time. So go to Tweety Bird. All right, now we're going to size them down. And remember, when you size it down, you always use a corner handle. Okay, so make sure you do that. And now we've got lots of room. Put it on square for the time being. And now we'll need to move this down, our path and file name down a bit, for the size of picture that I made. All right, now there's also a shape, okay? So on the shape, we're going to go to Insert. Now you've got choices down here in callouts. There's the square box, the rounded corners, and the balloon and the cloud. So I'm going to choose the balloon because that's what we think. And I said, look at me. So that's still okay. You can type look at me. But you could type in whatever you want as long as it was appropriate. And I want the font to be Calibri. So I'm going to go to Home, and we're going to choose Calibri. And we're going to size it up. Control right square bracket. Okay. And I want to make it a color. So I think I'm going to go with pink this time. So go to more colors, and I'm going to go get pink and say OK. And I'm going to make it bold and italics. So I've dressed that up. Now I also need on my shape here, do you see it says Drawing Tools Format? Okay, we're going to go to Format, Shape Fill. I don't want blue, okay? I want to choose something else. So you can hover over your colors and choose what you want. I think a light blue will likely go good, match Tweety Bird's eyes. Okay, so I chose a light blue. Now the shape outline, I think I'm going to choose pink. And I want to make a weight. And I'm going to make it thicker so you can definitely see it. And I also want you to go and experiment with dashes. And let's choose the dashes. All right. Now, do you see this yellow circle? You can drag and you can put this wherever you want. So, look at me. Yeah, put it about there. I'm going to push this up a bit. And then I'm going to say, look at me. All right, so there you've got your Tweety Bird and you've got your shape. So that's good. All right, save your work. Now we'll put on your page border. So we'll go to Home and we'll go to Borders and Shading. And you again can choose any art border that you want. I'm going to choose those little gingerbread guys that look like they're dancing. If I can find them. Oh, I thought they were right near the top. Okay, changed my mind. I'm going to put hearts. All right, and they're size 12. Well, I can make them a little bit bigger. I'm going to make them about 18. All right, and I'll leave them at red. That's good. And apply to the whole document. All right, let's go to View, and let's go to One Page. And, I'm on the second page, so I'm going to delete this. Okay, so that I'm here. Get rid of this. And our path and file name, remember we want to go to Insert, Quick Parts, and we want to go to Field, Document Information, File Name, Add to Path, and remember go Shift Home and size it down 1, 2, 3. All right, that looks pretty good. We've got things balanced. We can't make them much larger or we'll be off the page. And I just made it within my time limit. So good thing I didn't have to put those 2 extra pictures in. But I think you know how to do that. All right, so save your work and we'll stop here.